Someone comes to your house. Your dog runs to greet them, tail wagging, pure joy. Then someone else comes, and your dog just sits there, watches, moves a little closer to you, says nothing, does nothing, just watches, and you cannot explain it. But something in you goes, yeah, I see it too. Here is what is actually happening. Your dog already decided something about that person before you did, using 3 separate biological systems running simultaneously in the first 2 seconds. And what science discovered about how your dog reads people is not a sixth sense. It is something far more impressive than that. In this video, we are going to reveal the 3 simultaneous biological systems your dog runs when they meet someone new, each one more remarkable than the last. We are going to show you what happened when scientists tested whether dogs could detect a liar in a single gesture, and the result shocked every researcher in the room. We are going to reveal whether dogs can tell the difference between someone who is wrong and someone who is deliberately lying. The implications of this are profound, and I will be completely honest with you about the one study that contradicted everything, because you deserve the full picture. And the third system, the one most people never think about, is the most powerful of all. Stay with us. If you search whether dogs can sense bad people, you will find hundreds of articles all saying the same thing. Dogs have a sixth sense. They read energy. They just know. And some of that is built on real research, but it skips the interesting part. Because your dog is not psychic, they are not reading auras. What they are doing is honestly more impressive than that. In the first 2 to 3 seconds of meeting someone, before you have even finished saying hello, your dog has already begun running what I can only describe as background check. 3 separate biological systems firing at once, building a real-time profile of every person who walks into your world. And here is what makes this truly extraordinary. Your dog does all 3 of these simultaneously in the time it takes you to extend your hand. 3 detection systems. System number 1, body language reading, not the face, the whole body, the way their weight shifts when they walk in, whether their hands are tense or loose, whether their movement toward your dog is direct or curved. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to motion patterns. A person who moves with tension registers differently than someone who is relaxed. Their pace, their posture, the quality of their attention in the room. Your dog noticed all of it before that person made eye contact with you, and they filed it instantly, automatically, completely. System number 2, chemical detection. Your dog's nose is pulling chemical information right now that you cannot even perceive. Your dog has 300 million olfactory receptors. You have 6 million, and changes in human body chemistry that come with nervousness, aggression, fear produce volatile organic compounds that your dog absolutely detects. They are not diagnosing your guest personality. They are reading the chemical weather of their body in real time. The nervous person's chemistry, the angry person's chemistry, the relaxed person's chemistry. All of these produce different chemical signatures, and your dog reads them all simultaneously with extraordinary precision. But here is the third system, the one most people never think about, and the most powerful of all. System number 3, social observation. Your dog is not just reading the visitor. They are watching how that visitor interacts with you, the tone between you, the body language between the two of you, whether you tense up, whether you relax, whether your voice changes, whether your movement patterns shift. Your dog has been studying you for years. They know your patterns. They know your baseline and a disruption in those patterns. Any disruption is information. This is the system that makes your dog more than a detector. It makes them your witness. They are not just reading the visitor as a standalone person. They are reading the visitor in relationship to you. And that context changes everything. And now the science, because 3 separate university studies have put these systems to the test. And what they found is not what anyone expected. Study number 1, Kyoto University 2015. Researcher Akiko Takoko wanted to know something specific. Do dogs automatically follow human pointing gestures, or do they actually evaluate the person doing the pointing? Here is what happened. A dog in a room with 2 containers. Experimenter points at one. There is food inside. Dog finds it. Trust established. Next round. Same experimenter points at the other container. Dog runs over. Empty. The experimenter has now lied in the only language the dog understands. Gesture. Round 3. Same experimenter points at a container that does have food. The dog looks at the experimenter, looks at the container, and stays exactly where it is. Not because they lost interest in food, not because they were confused, because they decided in one trial, after one broken promise, that this specific human is not reliable. 34 dogs went through this experiment. 34 dogs. Same decision. Every single one. And here is the detail that changes everything. When a new person was swapped in, for round 3, the dogs followed immediately. They had not lost faith in pointing. They had not become generally suspicious. They had filed a specific complaint about one specific individual and moved on. Your dog is running a credit score on everyone they meet, and they can revoke it in a single gesture. Study number 2. Same university. Different question. What happens when someone is unkind to the person your dog loves? Here is the setup. A dog watches their owner try to open a container and ask a nearby stranger for help. In one version, the stranger helps. In another, the stranger deliberately turns away, looks at the floor, refuses. After the interaction, both the stranger and a neutral person offer the dog a treat. Same moment. Nobody looked at the dog. They wanted to eliminate any subtle cueing. When the stranger had help, dogs took treats from both people. No preference. Fine. Everyone's cool. But when the stranger had refused to help their owner, the dogs would not take food from that person. They walked past the offered treat, past free food, and went to the neutral stranger instead. I need you to understand what that means. The dog turned down a free treat from someone who had been unkind to their person, not to them, to their person. The researchers called this third-party effective evaluation. It had never been documented in a non-primate species before. Your dog is not just tracking who is reliable. They are tracking who is kind, specifically to the people they love. Study number 3, and this is the one that genuinely surprised everyone. University of Vienna. 260 dogs. A person hides a treat in one of 2 buckets. A second person moves the treat to the other bucket. In one condition, the first person watches the switch. They know the treat has moved. In the other condition, the first person leaves the room. During the switch, they genuinely do not know. Then the first person comes back and points to the original bucket, empty one. From the dog's perspective, the instruction is identical in both cases. Someone is pointing at the wrong bucket. But here's what happened. When the person had seen the switch, when they were pointing wrong on purpose, dogs were significantly more likely to ignore them. They went to the correct bucket on their own. But when the person had genuinely missed the switch, when they were wrong but not lying, the dogs followed their pointing. More often, they gave the benefit of the doubt to the person who simply did not know better. Your dog is not just tracking behavior. They may be tracking intent. Not this person pointed wrong, but this person pointed wrong, and they knew it. Now I promised I would be completely honest with you, and this is where I keep that promise. In 2025, a researcher at Kyoto University published a study that should have confirmed everything I just told you. 40 pet dogs watch humans act either generous or selfish with food toward another dog. Then the dogs got to choose who to approach. The result? Nothing. No preference. The dogs simply did not seem to care. The researcher herself was surprised. She said reputation formation in dogs may be more complex than previously thought. So what do we do with that? Here is what I think. The studies that show dogs evaluating humans tend to involve scenarios where something is at stake for the dog's relationship with their owner. The Chihuahua study worked because someone wronged the dog's person. The Takoka study worked because someone lied to the dog directly. When the scenario is more abstract, watching a stranger be selfish with someone the test dog does not know or care about, the signal may not be strong enough to trigger the evaluation, which means your dog is probably not running background checks on strangers at the park, but in your home, with your people, when the social dynamics actually matter to them. The science is not ambiguous. So what do you do with all of this? 3 things starting today. Number 1, pay attention when your usually friendly dog does not trust someone. This is not random. This is a dog who has been trusting everyone until right now. Something specific triggered the evaluation. That specific thing matters. Number 2, watch how visitors interact with you, not just your dog. Your dog is. They are reading the tone between you, the body language, whether you tense up or relax. Your dog is reading the interaction, not just the person. Number 3, be calm when introducing your dog to someone new. Your dog is also reading your signals. If you are tense about a visitor, your dog picks that up immediately. Your assessment becomes their input data. You are not just the person being protected. protected. You are part of the system, doing the protecting. Your dog is not reading auras. They are not psychic. They are running a system 10,000 years in the making, 3 channels firing at once to protect the person they love most. Before you go, I want to ask you something. Has your dog ever decided they did not trust someone, and were they eventually right? Tell me the story. I read every single comment, and I genuinely want to know if this video changed how you see your dog meeting someone new. Please subscribe to the Canine Mind. Every week, one behavior, one question, the real answer, backed by science. And next week, we are going to find out what your dog actually understands when you talk to them, not just your tone, the actual words. Scientists put dogs in brain scanners and found something nobody expected. It will change every conversation you have with your dog forever. I will see you then.